Welcome back to another episode of On the Streets. This one's going to be pretty enjoyable. It starts out with a young lady who just graduated from Boston College as a lawyer. And she was, of course, decidedly left, but pleasant enough. Well, I'm assuming with her mother there. And I started grilling her on the left's attack on the First Amendment, which made her rather uncomfortable, and she was, of course, against, if she had any sense. So I hopefully started her questioning her loyalties. But the real part of this is the young man that joined the conversation or came in. You do, of course, run across in my videos, which I'm very happy to show. Is the amount of young people that are not caught up in the BS. This young man is exceptional. In a very short period of time, by his own admission, he was apolitical not until too long ago. And just listening to him and the amount of knowledge that he gained in a short period of time, his perception, his intuition, his intuitiveness, it was quite amazing. It was a very pleasant conversation. I enjoyed this tremendously. And I have to apologize because the storm came in and interrupted this, and between the storm and my thumbs getting in the way and some technical difficulties, this could have gone on for another half hour, and you missed a great deal of what this young man had to say. So I certainly hope he comes back, or we get into some communication, because I would like to explore more of what he does, which is extremely interesting. But more than that, I hope he takes my advice and starts his own blog, because the guy has got all of the attributes to go ahead and become extremely successful at getting the message out there. So he's got it all going for him, so I hope he does it. So, and again, if you like it, you hit the like button. If you care, you share. If you're not already a subscriber, you please do. And then share again, and then share some more, because you got to share these things. We got to overcome the censorship. Can't, harp on that enough. And then if you really care enough, you go get one of my designs. And if you would like to donate, just go straight to my PayPal, Badass Uncle Sam 76 at Gmail, and put something in my PayPal account. That's always nice, and thank you for the people that have contributed. I really do appreciate that. I love you back. So here we go, on the streets. So how do you lean right now? Because Boston's very liberal. Where do you lean?
Fairly liberal.
Liberal?
Yeah.
As a lawyer, then can you explain this one to me? Because, I grew up a Northeastern liberal, and one of the most sacrament things was the First Amendment. I mean, that's one of the things we fought for, free speech. Lenny Bruce, I was hanging out with Bill and Sandy Love at the Ace Trucking Company committee. I knew Allen Ginsberg. I knew these guys. We started the free speech movement, so the left was always about free speech. Well, now the left is doing everything they can to stifle free speech, and I'm wondering what happened.
That I can't explain, because I'm a proponent of free speech.
Well, of course you would
as a lawyer. Even if I disagree with a lot of what some people are saying.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one thing that I disagree with some liberals on.
It's not some. We're talking about the tech giants who are able to go ahead and manipulate millions of votes.
It's also in academia and all the biggest schools.
Thank you. Thank you.
All the schools, even at Tulane. It started at Tulane.
Especially the professor I was talking about right now. You go to Tulane?
Yeah.
Professor.
I graduated from there in 2015.
Okay, great. Professor Iris Mack teaches up there. She's good, so she's one of the professors I was talking about with that earlier. But you're absolutely right. How'd you escape it?
Oh, I never was a part of it. I wasn't political, but then it started getting really crazy, and then I started paying attention. And I was like, this is insane. You see a lot of parallels between how the communists.
And you would ask, and I would ask, like, where's the hashtag walk away from Trump? People are walking away from the left because of things like this. That's indefensible. And you cannot stand with people that stand with that. You can't.
I guess. I don't. It's complicated.
Yeah. Like put them on the spot.
But you see a lot of parallels with the communist revolution in China and stuff. How they started pitting the proletariat against the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know exactly what you're saying. How come it makes you so damn smart? What did you study?
I didn't study anything political. I just watch a lot of videos from both sides, and only one side's really making sense right now.
Thank you.
I like what you're doing. It's good.
Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Oh, terrific. What do you do now? What are you doing here?
I work with the government. I do cloud management, so like cloud computing.
Really?
Yeah.
How interesting. I mean, because everything's mega data now. Everything's data. Is that what you're dealing with?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And then what is that? Here's the deal. What are the restrictions that the government has on this data?
None. They're actually about to pass. They're trying to pass a bill right now that'll give them unrestricted access to pretty much everything. They want to build. So with the Telecommunications Act, they already required some companies to build in back doors for them to go in whenever they want and see whatever they want. Now they're trying to pass a new bill that will essentially make it like for everything. Like it was telecommunications.
Will any of this be openly discussed in the public?
I don't think so. No. I don't think people really.
But how can it? But they will. They will when they go. Well, let's non-person them and them, and that whole group over there goes away.
Yeah, non-person.
Yeah, because that's all they have to start. They're doing it now. Look what they're doing with InfoWars.
They'll attack your character, but they won't attack your ideas. It's like, I'm for closed borders. But he said grab women by the pussy 10 years ago. Well, what you don't realize is that under the context, he was talking about women who are consensual to that because they like powerful men. You're missing the context here.
Yes.
Yeah, but okay, what do you disagree with about his policies?
Yeah. We know they have. It's not. They don't have any substance. It's all feelings.
No, it's all feelings.
What I'm worried about is what you're involved in. That there are no breaks. No one even seems to be looking into it. It's like even the 5G technology that's just being implemented without anybody discussing about the fact that you're going to have a cell phone tower every, like
5 feet.
Yeah, but that's going to be
a camera in your refrigerator. Oh, you can surf the web. No, so somebody can drop in on you if they want.
And you can get cancer in 5 years. We can just put you away. Bye.
It's pretty crazy what's going on, but I actually see it getting a lot better. A lot of people are.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are getting.
They don't want to die.
Tired of the left, basically.
Well, yeah.
Because there's obviously a clear line for the right and how far right you can go before you're seen as crazy. There's no line for the left yet. I mean, they just keep getting more and more crazy. That's why they eat each other. Because there's no line.
Yeah.
There's no line.
Very well put.
Yeah.
Extremely well put. That's very good, man. I'm glad you are where you are. I'm glad to see that because when you look at like a Camilla Harris or a Cory Booker, knowing that they're actors anyway, but knowing how stupid they are also.
If you're an actor, you got to follow a certain guideline or just.
But they're stupid actors. They're not even really good at what they're doing, and you're in the nuts and bolts, and you know what you're doing. Gives hope. This is a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing.
So I'm great. So you're involved in the government here, in the city government here?
No, not the city government. I work for the DHS. So.
Terrific. Oh, here. Let me give you a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton.
Jail free card.
Yeah, it's from Hillary Clinton.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Check out my YouTube channel, and because it's conversations like this. Because look, you already brought it up.
Bigot. Bigot. I didn't say anything yet. Nazi. How often does that word get tossed around nowadays, right?
It's overused, I know. I mean,
No, the new one's fascist.
yeah, but they if you try to get them to even explain that, what is it?
I don't know.
What's hate speech?
Something that offends me, okay? Well, anything can offend me.
Yeah.
Anything you can say will eventually offend anybody.
I look at them, I go, I'm offending you right now. What are you going to do about it?
I like when they try to, when these same ideologues get into like comedy and like trying to design things for the masses, and they utterly fail because they don't want to be controversial. They don't. Like, I mean, that's what comedy is.
But they don't have comedy. They've lost comedy. They don't know what's funny anymore.
If something offends somebody, they're gonna flip out.
And there have been articles about that recently, you know, that the left has just become humorless. Like comedians, even famous comedians for several years ago, Steinfeld said...
They don't have humor anymore, they just rip on Trump.
And that's why they can't block memes, because the computers, the algorithms don't understand the sarcasm. They don't understand the humor. You have to have another type of intelligence for that. And, of course, liberals don't seem to have that anymore. It's very strange. Man,
All right.
it's a pleasure. Yeah, stop by again and talk, man. I'd love to, you know, go check out my videos.
Got it.
All right. Okay, maybe an hour or so later, the young man came back. We started up this next conversation. And this is where the rings came in again and kind of screwed things up. But there's still a lot of this to enjoy. And of course, again, if you like, you like. If you care, you share. And if you wish to, go, please contribute and get one of my designs. So let's get back to the video. And thanks for coming. Oh, great. I just had a good one with a guy that was Air Force, career Air Force. And we got into 9/11. And that was nice. So, he's an engineer too, so he was, and he was kind of swallowing the whole, official story, but at the same time was opening to listening. And when I just asked him a few pertinent questions that he couldn't answer, I go, there you go.
Yeah, and you don't get that by dehumanizing other opposing opinion. By listening. But.
Yeah. It's a lost art, this thing called conversation, isn't it? But again, where I'm out here, that's why I'm poking them out. That's why you see other guys try to do it, like Crowder and Mark Dice and others.
I actually don't pay attention to Mark Dice. I do really like Crowder. I think Mark Dice is more of like a conspiracy theorist, and I'm not really for conspiracy theories. But yeah, Steven Crowder. Like, don't you love the ones where he goes and confronts people?
Yeah, I know.
I love it.
I'm here.
You pay attention to Ben Shapiro? I think he's like such a solid guy.
Well, he's super intelligent. Nobody can take that away from him. I mean, the guy's like a howitzer talking. I mean,
and he remembers like every case, and he like reads Federalist.
Yeah, he's a he's a steel trap mind. I would never want to debate him. Jesus.
Nobody does. Did you see what Ocasio-Cortez said? All right, so he offered to pay her to contribute $10,000 to her campaign if she would debate him.
Okay.
She equated him asking her to debate him to catcalling.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "What?"
I know.
Just put down the microphone.
I thought of this while you were away, and I was thinking of telltale signs. This is the most telltale sign of mass mind control visually that you can bring up.
Yeah.
Look at all the YouTube channels. Look at any left-wing rally where you got someone like a Crowder or a citizen journalist going in there to talk to people. And I've had this experience where the orange vests will come up and say, "Don't talk to him."
Yeah, don't talk to him. Yeah.
If you ever go to a Trump rally or something conservative rally, you will never have anybody going around saying you can't talk to that person.
They'll love to talk to you.
Thank you.
You might run into some ignorant people, but hey, ignorant people are around.
That to me is the most telltale sign of corruption or mass mind control on the left. Visually, that you can see on YouTube.
Just go and look at any damn Trump rally and see if there's controllers going around telling people who they can talk to. It doesn't happen. But every single leftist rally has it. What does that say? It speaks volumes.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And they blanket it under the excuse no platform for fascism. I mean, what you deem to be fascism? Hold on, can you define fascism for me real quick? Oh, you mean the fascism like banning conservative speakers from public universities because you deem them Nazis?
Yeah.
It's like, no, Nazis aren't as common as you think they are. Probably a handful of them in every state. A handful. Yeah,
well, it's even the same thing with racism. They want to eradicate racism. And what they want to do it, though, they want to do it to every single individual. You can't do that. Right. You can't do that. You can quell or, let's say, put a lid on systemic racism. Right. You can, say, all right, this group right here is...
And if you can point to systemic racism, you can get a check.
Yeah.
You can get some money.
Yeah. I love it when someone will say, that's racism. I go, all right, you're a black person, then give me this. In the past 10 years, give me 3 instances when you were refused service, didn't get a job, had to sit at the back of the bus. What instances of racism have you ever experienced? Crickets. I'll get cricket. Oh, somebody called me a nigger at a party. Well, that's some idiot at a party. It's not systemic racism.
One idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm of mixed race, and I don't think when I was in Hattiesburg I did experience it. Just some guy, but he was drunk.
That's it.
I'm not making excuses for him, but it was a drunk dude, and he just called me a gay N-word, and I was like, that's not cool. Okay.
Yeah, that's just one instance. That's some asshole.
Yeah.
So that's not systemic racism. There's always going to be assholes.
It's people that have failed at something in life and want to attribute something to it, and it's comfortable sitting in the idea that I was discredited for this because of my race and my race alone. Not my merit, not anything else to do with me. It was purely race was the determining factor, and that's just sad that so many people side with that outcome.
In this town, I have been discriminated against. I didn't get jobs because I wasn't gay.
Because you weren't gay?
Yes.
Oh, I can believe it.
What the heavens that come? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you won't fit in here. Well, I need the job. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Stop the rain.
After a few technical difficulties and a rain delay and a great deal of incredibly missed conversation, I sincerely hope, again, this guy starts his own blog, because now he is a novice in some of the things. There are a few things I disagreed with him on that I think he needs to be, shown some different views on. So, again, I hope he does start his own blog so there can be communication, or if he should ever be in town again, that he stops by, or if he wants to do a podcast or anything else, I don't know. Figure something out, but it'd be a shame to waste a young mind like this without cultivating it, so he can go ahead and do as much good as he can in a shorter period of time as we have. So that pretty much is the philosophy of life, as we should all know it at this given time. We got a long way to go and a very short time to get there, folks. So you got to get on this train, get on the right side of it. You can get it all on. Can't be this. You can't be half on the track here. It's sort of like being a little bit pregnant. Yeah, good intentions are fine, but you got to practice what you preach. And you got to be informed. Once you're informed, of course, then you got to be able to have the capability of changing your mind and going in that direction. So again, without further ado, let's get back to this, and if you like it, you like it. If you care, you share. If you can, you give. And I shall see you on the streets. Love the thunder in the background. The drama. I just might add that it was storming when I made this video, and now it's storming now. That this conversation picks up. We were getting to the AI and technology. I was trying to get into what he does. I mean, working for the Department of Homeland Security and something to do with, cloud gathering, manipulation, information. Sounds like something, we all ought to be able to be aware of, considering it's our tax dollars that are being used to seemingly enslave us. So that's where this one was going, and we were talking about that, and then it drifted into where the conversation picks up. So, again, without further ado, I like saying that, without further ado. Of course, every time I say that, I'm actually putting it off. Without further ado.
That makes for a good argument in the sense, free market capitalism. But
it's like
the fact that it's a two-sided, well, thank you. I was going to say it's a two-sided sword.
Yeah.
I mean, for all the information they gather, for everything they do, it's like the robotic technology. Yeah, it can make prosthetics really great. It also can make a RoboCop that,
Right.
And now, the most devastating one was like mini-bots or mini...
nanobots?
Not the nanobots also are doing, but wartime, what do you call these little helicopter drones? Thank you. Mini drones that they just can unleash like thousands of them, and then one goes up, blows a hole in the wall, the other one comes up, blows a hole in your head. How do you defend against that? You got 1,000 things that look like locusts come at you.
If one company has that idea, there's probably 3 other companies that have it, and they're all racing to freaking patent it. It's like
you can get on YouTube and see TED Talks about it, where they have the drone that'll fly around, lands on the dummy, and blows his head off.
Somebody will make it, and it's just a race of who's going to do it first. Business has no morals. One company has the means and the people to do it, but they say, no, it's wrong, we're not going to do it. Another company's going to freaking make it. There's always going to be somebody else that'll do it.
Do you have, with this vision, how do we survive? How do we survive that?
So I think that, I'm just trying to be optimistic. I don't like to put on tinfoil hats and think that everybody's out to get me. But I think that
they are.
everything will work out just as long as, the Constitution is preserved. Because that's the baseline. If you're coming to this country, abide by this. But if, people start overstepping and things start getting crazy, I think it will right itself. I think there will be something that, I have hope.
I like your answer. Thank you, because I'm obviously, I wouldn't be out here if I wasn't a believer in the human spirit and, our ability to overcome whatever evil we seem to conjure up all the time. Because it blows my mind as genius as we are. I mean, I marvel every day at the thing. I look at things and I go, I can't build that. How the hell? I mean, I make steel. I'm not going to make steel. I mean, I wouldn't know to me, that's genius. I mean, the guy that first put it said, let's try a little of this and a little of that at this temperature. How do you come up with
Ocasio, she'll
Yeah, again, I apologize. This is where my thumb's got in the way, and I tripped up on this. But this guy had a great sense of humor. And there were some things he said along the way that cracked me up. I wish I would have caught. But it's one of the reasons, again, I'd like to see the kid get his own blog, because beyond being intelligent, his wit was incredible. So, without further ado.
You know, compared to everything else in the world, they couldn't sell it, and they just went broke. You know, it's. I don't know why people think socialism works. There's certain parts of our country that are socialist. So, have a little bit of socialized medicine here, a little bit of socialism here, but we don't want to make that the overall.
I mean, socialism works if you're in a tribe or a village, but once you start getting a country this size.
Oh no, someone will eventually amass all the wealth for themselves and become tyrannical. That's just human nature.
Human nature. Oh, yeah,
give me all the money. Give me all the power. I want everything.
And that's something else that skips, I think, liberals' minds is human nature. They really think that, there's a utopia. If you just walk up and hug and kiss somebody, they're going to stop being sociopaths or psychopaths.
Like those two people who went biking in freaking ISIS territory. No, people aren't evil. Like, surprise, yes they are. Not all cultures.
Go to some neighborhoods in New Orleans here. I'll show you people are all, lovey-dovey in New Orleans. Some neighborhoods here, if you want to get mugged, I can show you where to go.
And it's based on the idea that, all cultures are equal. It's like, no. Not all cultures are equal.
Why would we even want to? To me, diversity and everything else about this life is what makes it interesting. And it'd be real dull if we were all the same.
Diversity sucks. Diversity is cool, but forced diversity via quotas and discrimination against the mass, I guess you could say the majority, that sucks. I don't know why they're trying to force, we need 50-50 representation of women in this company. Okay, well, you're not hiring based on merit anymore. Then now you're discriminating against people who are applying because of their genitalia. It's like, you're the ones that are sexist. It's like, don't become the thing that you hate. You hate sexist, don't become sexist.
Again, all these things are so obvious. They're obvious to you. It goes right over their head. It just doesn't. And you go, well, wait a second. It's like everything we bring it up. Well, what's a fascist? You're the ones acting like you're a fascist. No, we're not. I just blew my head off with a couple from San Francisco.
Oh, how'd that go?
I could have held myself together, but when the guy said he was happy that Alex Jones was taken off the air, that kind of went ahead and triggered me. So it went south after that.
Didn't they ban him off of YouTube, off of everything?
Oh yeah. And Apple just took down his app yesterday. So they're trying to deplatform, make him a non-human.
How long do you think till they do that to other people that they don't?
They're already doing it. I mean, they've taken down several. They took down what they put it back up was Diamond and Silk. Who's the other guy I'm thinking of who is a right-wing commentator? They haven't put him back up. No, they're taking down anything left to center right now. I've had
right of center.
Right of center. I've had videos banned. I've got a governor on me. I can't get over a certain amount of subscribers.
What?
Yeah. I mean, every time I get up to a certain number, it takes a nosedive because it's down again. So, and just for me being out here, I'll pass out, 500 cards in a weekend. So out of that, if I get a 5% return on that, I'm going to get 3 subscribers a week. So over a certain period of time, I'm going to reach, a certain amount just from that. Doesn't happen every time. So the algorithms are working. They are doing a lot of shady stuff with the algorithms. Yes, and that's what all these hearings have been about. Are you discriminating against? Are you No. Oh yeah, we're very left, but that doesn't affect our judgment.
You know what's crazy is these companies have gotten so big. They're almost like, they're part of everybody's lives. So at the point where you just start barring people because you don't agree with what they say. I understand you're a private company and you can do what you want, but you and your multinational corporations that control literally everything can't bar me from.
They've now become the Times Square. They are part of the public domain. And just like Ma Bell can't tell you what you can say over the phone, they should not be able to restrict what we say. And there are laws against things like libel and inciting violence.
Yeah.
So they should not be the arbitrators. If anybody's libeling or inciting violence, you call up the police and you go, here's their tweet. This is go get them.
Unless they're on the left.
That's how it should be, but of course we know
It's not.
And they're doing this all before the election. That's why they're bringing
Oh man, it's gonna be.
I
It's
know.
gonna be funny. It's gonna repeat itself. People are gonna be screaming in the streets, and just. I think it'll be good though. I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
People are starting to see the bullshit.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like the hashtag walk away kind of people that are.
Yeah, when that came out, I was excited.
Oh, it's growing. Yeah, I love it when some liberals tell me, they say, you know, they'll say, oh, people are walking away from Trump. I go, great. Show me the hashtag leaving the Trump train. Show me thousands of people on YouTube saying, I'm off the Trump train. I will show you thousands of hashtag walk away. I'm walking away from the liberals. Show me the hashtag Trump train. They can't do it.
Just turn on late night television. Well, good talking to you again, brother.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.
I don't get to talk with people about this stuff a lot. My family doesn't really pay attention to this, and nobody I know has. I feel like if I were to talk to them about that, I'd be alienated, so I don't. You don't bring up politics with family and friends. You know the rules.
Yeah.
But my family's cool, but my friends I don't talk to.
That's why I come out here and talk to strangers now. It's a lot easier.
I like talking to people. I don't get triggered.
Yes,
and,
you should do it more often because, I mean, you ought to start your own blog because you were.
I think about that sometimes.
You should. You should, because you're extremely knowledgeable, you're articulate, you're young, and you got this whole multiculturalism thing going on, right?
I got points.
Yes, so I mean, play it, man. Seriously, start your own blog.
I might.
This is how we beat this thing, by everybody coming out and speaking, because they're trying to limit us. The more and for every one that comes, they take down, you take their place. So get on there, start your own blog somewhere, man. Do it.
I got a lot of free time now.
Yeah, go out and interview people. I mean, just, go out and interview people. You're great at it.
Okay. I'll think about that. I really enjoyed the discussion. All right, sir.
Pleasure.
Pleasure talking to you. What's your name, sir?
Badass Uncle Sam.